Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. There's a website for Ciro, or he's part of anyway, usgamesinc.com. So freeze frame if you want that information, of course. Supportive Oracle cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realm Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. I do believe she has her own website. I don't see it here. But if you want to freeze frame and use any of those websites, feel free. If you search in her full name with that deck, The Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, I'm sure you'll find her. Okay. This is Libra. Okay. My first thought is it's going to seem like it's bad to start, but it may not actually be bad. One of your plans might fail. One of your plans, something you're wanting, something you're trying to do, there's just a flat out fail. Just flat out fail. Three of Swords comes in. Ice Queen comes in. I'm kind of feeling like it's just like it bothers you. You have a hard time moving on from it. It's heavy. Makes me want to hiccup. Really. It just, if there's a failure here, it actually might serve you. And I'm trying to understand exactly how it's going to serve you. At first, you're not going to think so, though. This fell out. Ooh, the 10 of Coins. This is hidden. Somebody's looking out for you. For whatever's going wrong here, somebody else has got your back. But they're staying hidden. They're hidden. They're staying out. In fact, they might not be around when this actually falls apart. Because I'm getting like they might not be close enough to actually help you, but somebody does have your back. And when they return to the situation, things might go better for you than you expect. Now, we're coming into these. Okay, the Two of Cups with the Shadow Queen. Take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, these are general reads. Could be a past lover who has your back. Could be somebody who has a secret crush on you that has your back. I don't know why. There does seem to be, with the Two of Cups, it does seem like, and I don't always read it that way, somebody might have an interest in you and they might be looking out for you because they care about you. This also might be somebody who you're like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You don't have to acknowledge it. Is that true? You don't have to acknowledge this. In fact, it might be better to not acknowledge it. Just realize that somebody has your back because somebody's going to move forward. They're going to have their own motivation. If you acknowledge it, that could be less than good for you. Not that you don't appreciate somebody appreciating you, if we want to go there. But it's kind of like, all right, I mean, it's kind of like things are turning around in your favor, so you're like, well, I don't want to complain about that. But it's like at the same time, like, ooh, that's not going to happen, though. And it's kind of like, can we just act like I don't realize? The Three of Cups around you is like other people realize. I don't know. This is one of those things where people start talking and it makes things much more complicated than it actually ever had to be. Because this is working to your benefit. If people just shut their mouths about it, it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. It's just kind of like, all right, yeah, I know what they did. Yeah, I kind of know why. But if we just pretend like we don't know why, they don't have to be embarrassed and I don't have to deal with it. Because I feel like I don't really want to go right up to them and be like, hey, thanks for the help. By the way, we're never going to be together. Thank you. And it's kind of like thanking somebody and flipping them off at the same time. Without saying it the way, it's kind of like flipping them the bird and saying thank you. You don't really want to do that. I don't think that's something you really want to do anyway. But if people would just shut their face, just shut your face, people. We don't have to worry about it. I don't see you actually having to deal with it. Not directly. I feel like the people around you who are talking, you might have to deal with them, kind of like, hey, don't make that something that it's not. I think you might have to do that. Kind of like, hey, don't make that something that it's not, even though you know better. I feel like that's the easier way, the nicer way. It feels like it's the nicer way to deal with it. It's kind of like, I don't feel the need to get right in this person's face and be like, hey, thank you, but you know, we're never going to be together, right? Like, you know that, right? Like, I feel like that's mean. I don't feel like we need to do that. I feel like just letting this quietly go away, like, they'll get the hint sooner or later. And it just seems like it's mean to do that. To me, I keep feeling like it just seems like it's mean. So you may have to move forward and deal with the people who are chatting around you. Kind of like, listen, hey, don't make this into something it's not. Don't do that. Like, you know, zip it. Shut your face. Shut your faces. Shut all your faces. Shut all your faces right now. Shut your faces. Why does it have to be an issue? I keep getting this connection with people, and other people are, they're like, I almost feel like somebody's talking and there's people talking, and then you're like, hey, listen, calm down. Like, don't make it something that it's not. And then they drag it over to somebody else. Like, well, the Libra doesn't think so, but look at this and look at that. That person, that's why they did that. That's why they did that. Somebody else is going to come into play, and I think that they're going to be more to your thought. I'm stuttering with that. They want to believe the way you're portraying it. You know that this person likes you. You know. They want to agree with the way you're portraying it, kind of like, let's not make this something that it's not. Whoever this is kind of like, you know what, let's go with that. The Libra says that's not what it is. Let's just go with that. Leave it alone. This person wants, they kind of like see where other people are seeing what they're seeing. Like, oh yeah, I think they do. I think this person does like the Libra. But the Libra's saying it's not, and that we shouldn't make it something that it's not. And I kind of agree. If it's not what it is, we should let it alone. This person is watching, though. Whoever this person is, they are watching. So be mindful of that. So I feel like all you need to do is keep some distance from this person. You know that they care. I keep getting that it's not going to happen, whatever it is. But if we're going to be honest, I do think you enjoy that somebody is looking out for you. And you do appreciate that. You're just like, I just got to be careful not to give mixed signals here. I don't want them to think something is here that is not here. It's slippery. I feel like I want to be protective of that person a little bit. Kind of like, I don't want their feelings to be walked over. I don't think we need to do that. I don't think they should feel bad for helping me. Okay, this makes more sense, because this really clicks in with that Libra energy. Kind of like, they did something nice for me. I don't want people treating them bad for it. Yeah, nothing's going to happen here, but I don't think we need to throw it in their face. I don't like that. Like, I appreciate that they were nice to me, and I feel like we can just leave it at that. It doesn't need to be talked about. We don't need to get into their motivations. We can just leave them alone. Like, leave them alone. Like, they did something nice for me. Just leave them alone. I don't see, like, a romantic connection with this person for you. Even though you have the Knight of Cups, I feel like I appreciate them is more where that's going. And, like, I don't think we need to walk all over them for it. I don't want people treating them bad. But also, at the same time, because of the way people are chatting their faces off, if I try to stand up for them, oh, what's the reason behind that? Oh, is there something going on? No, there's not. Y'all are dorks. Y'all are dorks. Nine of Cups with the Well Watcher. You're very thankful. You can still appreciate somebody for looking out for you without, like, just because you don't reciprocate those feelings doesn't mean you don't appreciate somebody being nice to you. And I see, like, you do like them, not probably the way they like you, but you do like them, probably not the way they like you. And it's like, because of everything going on around this situation, you got to keep your distance. You do look out for them, though. You try to. I do see, like, you are trying to look out for them. You're trying to make sure things go well for them as best you can without people being people. being a problem. They're going to slowly understand that they need to kind of distance themselves from you. Not in a negative way, but like when they realize like that's not going to happen. The Five of Cups shows up with the spiral dancer. The more and more this keeps happening, the more it keeps going around, the more they're going to realize they have ideas. They may think something's going to happen between the two of you, but the longer it goes, the more that's evident that that will never happen. When I look at the Four of Cups here, or no, Four of Pentacles with them, I'm noticing that this person, he's got the pentacle like right next to his heart. Like to me, that's, well, close enough. It's going right where the heart chakra might be, or close to where the heart chakra would be. They're having a hard time letting go of these feelings. They are having a hard time letting go of these feelings. The only thing I can think of that you might want to consider is like when you have the opportunity, sometimes reminding somebody that they're a good coworker or a good friend, like you define them like as coworker or friend, and you like make that point, like that's how we relate, and that's as far as this is gonna go. You could do that in a nice way, and it'll still make its impact where this person starts to realize, because they keep referring to me as friend, they keep referring to me as coworker, or however whatever the title is, like you're making the impression like that's what we are and that's what we're going to stay. And you can do that in a nice way. You might want to consider doing that more, not maliciously obviously, but just as kind of like helping them realize like this isn't going to happen, so go a different direction. And it's kind of like when you just keep like I've seen people do that with the friend thing, just reminding somebody they're a friend, like friends, we're friends, and you keep using it. After a while they start to really start feeling like they hate the word. After a while they start to hate the word, but they start to really accept like that's as far as this is going. There's nothing else that's going to be here. That might be the nicest thing you can do for them in the long run, just kind of using that. They won't like hearing it, but it will move them forward to where they realize that, and they'll go and do something else, but also realizing like there's a positive energy between us, but this is all it's gonna be. That's as far as it's gonna go. It releases them from that, but also keeps things on a positive note, hopefully. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.